Hey, Raina, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Beth, I
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, fun topic tonight. Okay, the sunglasses were just for fun. So we are talking about partying like a rock star, okay? So you ladies hear it all the time, right? The bread and butter, the key to our business, book sale sponsor, the cycle always repeats.
Yep.
But what we don't talk about is the fact that parties are not actually for selling. Okay, the key reason why we party is to build relationships and to network. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because I really want for everybody to grasp the importance. Okay, the key to partying is really just doing a lot of them continuously over and over and over. Just to kind of put into perspective, one of our top leaders of the company, she's known as the party queen. I probably don't even have to say her name. If you've been with us for a while, you know who I'm talking about. She had within the last year 600 parties. Okay, 600 parties that were $0 in sales. Now that was out of like 2,000. But the point is, imagine if she would have stopped at that first 100 and stopped partying. Right? She would not be the party queen leader that she is today, and she would not have all these amazing relationships. So the real secret to partying like a rock star is just doing it over and over and over and over. So I want to share some helpful tips with you all on how to have a successful party, okay? How many do we have on here? So anyways, especially now, like in light of the focus group that we're doing, fall is here, busy months are upon us. We've got the 90-day run. I'm getting tons of messages and everybody's saying the same thing. I have crickets in my party. Nobody's buying. That's okay. Keep going. Keep doing it anyways, okay? It's the relationships that you're building. It's people that are watching that you don't even realize are watching. So parties really are the backbone to our entire company and the way that we're able to really set ourselves apart in our industry. Okay, the importance of networking. Okay, so when you have a party, one really quick tip that a lot of people don't know that I like to repeat all the time is in your group, if you keep the size 249 or less. So if it's under 250 people, you can see who's seen the post, okay? And seeing the post doesn't mean seeing it in their news feed. They have to actually click on it to see it before it shows seen by. But that gives you an idea of who's seeing the posts. Prepping your hostess is always key. I'm going to be sharing a video and some helpful tips here on after, definitely in our 90-day group, but then in our big team group as well. So posting twice a day, minimal, spread out, morning, night, and then not doing, I'm seeing this a lot. A lot of people are doing like 5 pictures because we have so many amazing pictures, right? It's hard to just choose one picture per post. But imagine if you're going through your feed, if it's more than one picture, it's too much. You don't focus on the one picture. So just as hard as it is not to choose 3 even amazing pictures, if you just choose one per post, like let the picture speak for itself. With our Epic Mascara, get back to the bread and butter, which was our gateway kind of drug, as they called our 3D mascara. And now with Epic, it's got the same appeal, right? Everybody wants it. It's so easy. So use that. feel free to get back to kind of that old school party mentality. If you've been with us a while, where you start out focusing on the lashes for the first 5 days of the party. It'll just kind of simplify everything for the guest that's watching. Because otherwise, if you start with the skincare, it can get confusing because we have so many products. So I think posting wise, if you start with the mascara, start with the Epic and sharing 2 posts a day on that. But then having like 3 live videos spread out throughout your party where you're just kind of getting ready and chit chat. That's what I like to do, because I feel like that's a real natural way to show people, firsthand, in an authentic way, how the mascara works and why you love the products that you wear. But the first 5 to 7 days, I mean, some are doing full 10-day lash bashes again and having great success. And now we have the kudos. Hopefully everyone's in there. If there's anyone on here who is not in, it's the new kudos mock party. It's a really good mock party template, especially for somebody who's new. Maybe you don't have a lot of your own material. Maybe you don't have a lot of pictures of yourself yet. People pictures are always better than graphics. Always, always, always. So, but if you don't have any pictures of yourself yet and you haven't been able to capture that right lighting and really showcase your lashes or showcase whatever it is you want, use somebody else's, but pick a good picture, quality over quantity always. But yeah, it's the importance of networking. I cannot preach it enough. It's all relationship building. It all comes back to relationship building. So if the term networking is very foreign or new to you, maybe you're new and catching the playback. I'm really hoping this is recording okay, because we've had a few difficulties. But yeah, start with personal development if networking is just really foreign, but it's just building relationships and it's following through and it's staying in contact. You don't, the beauty of our business is we can do that all online, right? Networking doesn't have to be face-to-face. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So, when you're in that party, add 5 people a day of their friends, people that are interactive. People that are already, seeing the posts and commenting and asking good questions, add those friends, network with those people. Don't, start private messaging them right away, but get them, added in your network as friends, because then as that party ends, the idea is they're going to continue to see the posts. Okay, so it's a 0 party, fine, but it's that connection that you made that's going to carry over. I can't tell you how many times people have came to me and they had watched in a party months ago, sometimes years ago, and they never even said anything in the party. They never commented, and they've came back and either wanted to host or wanted to get the kit or wanted to try a product because they remembered seeing something that I posted in a party way back. So really the key with parties is just always enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, enthusiasm, enthusiasm. If you can get your hostess involved and enthusiastic, even better. I know a lot of you can probably relate to this scenario. I personally don't have as many parties as I would like anymore because I spend a lot of time training. So even though I built an entire business all through online parties, just by doing them, had no clue what I was doing, but I still did them. I don't do them as many as I would like anymore. I still always try to have 10 on the books every month. But sometimes if you carry over, it's tough. It's tough to fit 10 parties in. And the quality of my parties is definitely, you know, it's not like I have amazing, authentic posts always. You know, I'm happy to get 2 posts done a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, you know, and I keep going even when there's crickets. But I can't tell you how many times that I'm, you know, I'm doing this and I post, right? I get crickets, nothing. And then the hostess, if I can convince my hostess to post a picture of her lashes, and this actually happened recently, she posted a picture and everything about the picture was wrong. The lighting, it was dark, you couldn't see the lashes, it was, you know, it was, everything about it was wrong. As far as picture quality goes, you know, it was fuzzy, but everybody just went crazy responding and asking questions because it was somebody they knew posting in there. So when we go into these parties as a presenter, you know, we're going to get crickets. It's just the reality. You know, they don't know us, so don't feel bad if there's crickets. Don't feel bad if you get 0 sales. Just keep doing the things and keep being enthusiastic and excited, because people are watching. I promise you. So any kind of hostess prep that you can do. I mean, back in the day, I used an email system, email to a hostess. There's a file on that. It's a little bit old school because people don't really like to use email anymore. We're all about Facebook Messenger. But whatever system you can come up with, the more mock party templates you have where you can just copy and paste, make your life easier. Scheduling, picking 2 or 3 days, you know, max that your parties start on every month will help save a lot of sanity. Because otherwise, if you're on all these different days, it gets very convoluted. Whereas if you've got 5 parties, but you're all starting the same time, then you can literally copy and paste your first morning post in all 5 parties very quickly, and it's not so confusing. So definitely suggest, you know, and then that kind of goes back to the blitz too. If you give everyone a choice of 2 dates, then first of all, I think it's easier to get somebody to commit to a party when you give them 2 dates as an option. Kind of that assume the sale mentality. Maybe they didn't say they wanted to host, but you're just kind of saying, hey, what works better for you, the 15th or 25th? And maybe they weren't going to say yes, but because you asked it that way, they're like, hey, 25th, you know, the later the better because I really don't want to do this or whatever. But just reach out, continuously reach out. If you're not in, let's see, is anybody on here not in our 90-day run? It's the Rise and Run group. And it's, you know, accountability is huge when we're all collaborating together, running together. That's where the real magic happens. That's where the momentum happens. And we really, you know, want to capitalize on that. So blitzing parties can be really fun. I've done them, many of them here in our team group. I started one last night, but had a million distractions. So I need to get back to that blitz. But when you sit down with, and I hate to call them scripts because I like to be genuine and authentic about what I'm saying to people when I'm reaching out. But it's kind of nice to have your script in mind, something that sounds like you, right? Have that ready. So be prepared. If you are trying to get some parties on the book, have your script, you know, what verbiage works for you, have that ready. Have it ready to go. And then, you know, feel free to change it up, tailor it to the individual. Voice messages. I'm loving voice messages more. As I get comfortable with the birthday messages, the whole task list, right? If you're doing the 90-day run, 90-day push, you know, the task list is something we should be doing every day anyways. But this is a great time to really capitalize on that and really push ourselves to hold ourselves accountable. But yeah, the task list is a great reminder, and you can make that task list your own. I've got several examples of that. There are files in our group which have you know, variations of task lists. And then, of course, when Brady came out with her 90-day push training, that re-motivated a lot of us to really be thinking on our 90-day push focus. So does anyone have any questions on why we party? Or, I mean, I thought that was really crazy that Kara Newton Lewis, I always say that wrong, Kara Lewis Newton. I thought that was crazy that she had 600 parties, and her parties are amazing. If you've never shadowed one of her parties, they are amazing. The content is always amazing. She shows up, you know, a lot. It's a fun style party. For her to have 600 parties tells you it's not you. It's not you. So don't take it personal. We all tend to take things personal when we get those crickets, and we just stop. And that's the biggest reason why people don't succeed and this business as a whole is we stop. We just give up. And, you know, we all kind of go through that, the peaks and valleys, you know, the highs and lows with the business. But we can't stop. We still have to stay consistent, right? Even with posting on our wall, that's all attraction marketing. Think about all those people you've built relationships with through those parties. Hopefully we're adding people. It's something that I'm not really comfortable doing. I really had to push myself to add friends from people's parties because I'm like, they don't know me. I don't, you know, want them to think I'm a creep. But it's all in how you go about it, you know? If you add them and they respond like, hey, what's this about? You know, you just say, well, you know, like to keep an open line of communication in case you have any questions on the party. I saw you know, had some questions because unless we're Facebook friends, right, they can't message you direct to ask questions. So it is kind of nice. And that's the same reason I like to be friends with as many of you gals on our team as possible too, because otherwise if we're trying to message, I know they say it's best to follow, and that's a great rule of thumb, but in your own company, you've got reason, you know, to be messaging each other. And unless you're Facebook friends, sometimes those messages go to your others folder and they don't get seen. So, see, I had some notes. Like I said, it has been a crazy day, but this 90-day push, it's only been 6 days now. And I'm holding myself accountable to the messages, which is something that I will say that I have not, like, as far as making sure that I message 5 new people about the opportunity every day, you know, because by leading with the opportunity, the natural progression of that, when they say, oh, I don't have the $99, that automatically leads you in to, oh, it's okay. Well, how about I get you some goodies for free? I can set you up a party. Actually, I've got, you know, 2 days left open this month. Would the 15th or 25th work better for you? The natural flow of conversation, if you've already presented the opportunity to someone new, the natural flow is going to be to offer the party when they say no, or it should be, because psychologically women have a hard time saying no over and over and over. So start with the opportunity, okay? Make sure that minimally we're offering the opportunity to 5 people. If you struggle with verbiage, we've got an opportunity group. It's a great place. It's a great third-party tool for people to just check out at their leisure. It covers all of the FAQs, all of the need-to-knows about it. So no auto ships, all of that. It covers all of that. But yeah, parties don't have to have sales. I want everybody to start celebrating the fact that they finished a party from start to finish. And I know we've all been guilty of starting parties and not finishing them because we're like, this isn't going well. And we just stop posting in there because we're like crickets. But seriously, finish the party because you're educating people and, you know, they're learning from it. It's fun. It's informative. In fact, I don't tell people, like, how many of you have ever been in parties where you feel like they're pushing you to buy? They're literally like, come on, ladies, or the hostess is like, come on, you know, hurry up and buy something. Or maybe they don't say it like that, but it comes off really desperate. I mean, I like to put extra emphasis on the fact that there is zero pressure to buy whatsoever. Zero pressure to buy. It's all fun and informative. And when you do that, it takes the hostess, it relaxes the hostess, because then she doesn't feel like, oh, you know, I've got this expectation, you know, that my friends have to buy and I have to qualify. I'm like, hey, no pressure. And matter of fact, that is a great way to use your YCash, okay? I don't let my hostesses walk away empty-handed. I give them a lip bonbon. I give them something for their time, you know. Most of us have YCash, okay? If we don't, we probably, you know, need to make sure we're opening our own party link every time we place our own order so that we have a little bit there, okay? If we're doing a bulk order, always have your party link so that you can have a little bit of YCash always on hand. In fact, I don't use my YCash anymore. Very rarely will I use it for myself. Occasionally, maybe during the holidays, you know, for gifts or something. But I try to leave it for my customers, for my VIPs, so that I can, you know, use that as extra incentivizing. But yeah, for your hostesses, give every hostess something and just reassure them that there's zero pressure to buy, for their friends to buy. It's just a fun, informative, you know, beauty bash, beauty class, whatever you want to call it, beauty bar. You can be as creative as you want, obviously, with these parties. Is everyone loving the Kudos mock party? Is everyone in there? Just nod your head if you've seen that. No? Okay. I posted the link. You guys, you know, when I do those long, I do that sometimes, so I gotta sneak all that information in. But when I do the leaderboard posts, I always put a bunch of information at the bottom. Tells me who's looking, who's reading those posts. But no, at the bottom, I put the link to that, to our 90-day run group, as well as it's the Kudos. I think there's like 30,000 people in it. It's a pretty big group, but it's a really, really, really good mock party tool for somebody who's new, or even maybe you've been doing parties a while and you just want some fresh content. There's some really good stuff in there. Keep it simple, you know. If you're struggling with parties, don't overcomplicate it. Simple, simple, simple. My party system when I started was the most generic as they came. I mean, but it was short, sweet. I feel like the less words you use, the better. Just let that picture be amazing, whether it's you or somebody else showcasing whatever it is you want to showcase. Let the picture speak for itself. You know, 3 lives in a party in the whole time spread out, I think is more than enough. I think you can actually overpost in parties too and really kill your audience and lose people. I've seen people doing that too. Or maybe you're going, you know, doing 6-7 posts a day, and they're probably just turning their notifications off. They're like, I can't deal with this. I can't keep up, right? So yeah, I mean, 2 posts is golden. 3, you know, morning, middle of the day, end of day. If you work morning and night, that's fine. That's more than enough. You've got 10 days to cover, you know, that's 20 different posts you can get out there. And if you've already done a lash bash, you know, maybe that didn't go so well. The next time they want to host, you can do a skincare, you know, emphasis party. However you want to do it, trial and error. There's no wrong way to party. The only wrong way is not to party. There really is no wrong way to do it. Okay? You can literally be as creative and fun as you want. You can play music. You can wear crazy sunglasses like these. You can do whatever you want to do in your parties, ladies. Just keep it interesting, okay? Keep it interesting, have fun, and just show up. Like, half of the battle is just showing up. So I just wanted to make sure, and this is something that I'm actually doing a mentorship program right now. And that's one of the huge things that they were driving, a point that they were driving, is the fact that these parties, all of these social media group parties, the main benefit is not to sell products, not at all. It's to build relationships. So I think once we kind of shift our mindset a little bit and we don't have that expectation anymore to sell something, then I think we're going to be more eager to keep doing more of them, right? Because when we feel like we're failing, it's just kind of a natural tendency. We put our guard up and we're like, enough of this, right? I'm done with these parties. They're not working. But guess what? As long as you keep doing them, I promise you, they will work, okay? Because you're going to be building relationships. Don't be afraid to add new friends, continuously network. And that's where like all the daily task stuff comes in, because it's not just what we're doing behind the scenes. We've got to show up on our main wall every single day. Our Facebook public page, hopefully everybody's page is public. If not, really highly consider it. I never thought I would do public settings. Never, never, never. Husband's, top secret military stuff. I never thought that would happen. Now I'm just like, okay, it's out there. Sometimes I have the location thing on. I forget to turn it off. It is what it is. I have faith and I have trust in the process, and it's what it is. So if you want to see your business boom, you're going to have public settings on your Facebook wall. Think of your Facebook wall as your business storefront. It's like a brick and mortar, right? And that's the reason why you have to be consistent. That's the reason why, no matter how monotonous it feels, why you have to keep posting. Because if you don't, then the assumption is you close shop. You're not selling anymore. It's happened to all of us. It's happened to somebody we know where, I've had, people order from me whose sister sold it, but they didn't know their sister was still selling it because their sister didn't post about it anymore. So the assumption was that they didn't. So, it doesn't have to be salesy. It shouldn't be salesy. Share, it's more sharing, and it's the whole rotation of all the things we cover on that task list, family, all of the things that interest us. It's a rotation of interests, not all unique. We can slip in, a unique get ready, chit chat, a beautiful look that we create. We can sneak those in, but we got to make sure that there's balance. If it's all, makeup, unique, every single post, again, you lose people. People lose interest, and they know, it's too predictable then. So you want to be relatable, and you want to have a broad range of interests. So when you're thinking about branding, if you happen to be watching the playback and you happen to be new, just think, write down the 5 things that interest you the most. Maybe it's animals. Maybe you're a dog lover. Maybe you're a cat lover. Maybe you're into fashion, style. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm into fitness. Occasionally I like to cook if it's in the crock pot, and I'm, but no, just broad range, something that offers value or stimulates engagement. So it's stimulating conversation, things with a question, interactive type posts like that. Just like we talked about on the task list. I'm going live tomorrow in the 90-day run group too. We've got a lot to cover there. But the main point in today is not to keep you on here super long. I just really, 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 really wanted to drive the point home that parties are not to sell. The main point of parties is not to sell. It's a bonus. It's nice if people order. Of course, that's great. It will come naturally though, I promise, if you can coach yourself and train yourself to just be natural and just share, more sharing versus selling. And be completely okay with a party that gets 0 sales. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to Sherry Brown and her parties are 0. She's on the wall of influence. I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are or, how many amazing parties you've had, or maybe you haven't had any amazing parties. Don't be bothered by a 0 party, because you are, that hostess is introducing you to a whole new network of friends that now you have a commonality with, okay? Capitalize on that, okay? Really push yourself to get out of your comfort zone and try to make 5 new friends every single day from that party. That's the main value. If you're doing that every single party, the difference and the impact that will have a year down the road, I promise you, will be amazing. The problem is we don't do it enough. We don't do the things behind the scenes enough. We just don't. We don't, guys. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions? Linda's on here, Bev, Natalie, Jennifer. Thanks for hopping on, ladies.
Sorry I was late.
It's okay.
Sorry I was late. I thought it was at 9 Central, so I was like preparing myself for 10.
It's okay. Well, I changed the time again too, so.
Okay. Okay. So what? Okay. I was like, am I crazy?
No, it's okay. I changed it a little bit earlier this week.
That's
it's tough though, because we're all on different time zones. So the reality of it is,
I know.
it's going to be tough. It's just going to be tough for us all to make this work. And either, that's why I changed it to 2 Wednesdays a month instead of every week. So hopefully we can kind of like, even if we can just hop on here for 30 minutes and share. And the week that I don't do Zoom, I'm going to do a live in the group. Okay, so I want to be sure that, I'm showing up and give everybody a chance for Q&A, whatever questions you have. I'm going to be covering a few different things tomorrow in the 90-day run group, because I'm getting a lot of messages. People really guilt themselves. And I can relate to that, like a lot of like apology type messages, like, I'm sorry, I didn't, and I'm like, don't be sorry to me. Like, everything I share with you guys, it's for you. Like, I'm not your boss. I'm just, look at me as somebody who's running beside you. I'm here to encourage you, support you. I'm not going to, I know sometimes like verbally, I put on the tough love, hat, and I might come off harsh. But I'm never, trying to, to scold anybody. Okay. That's not my place. Hi, Fred.
Darn.
Oh my God. I still can't believe how long I've known Fred. He had his little tail.
Yes, that long rat tail.
So funny. Okay. Let me see. I don't want to forget anything. Ladies, fake it till you make it. You don't know how. You see this hot mess face here? You don't have to be dolled up every day. You don't have to be a makeup artist. You don't have to be the expert on parties. You don't have to be the expert on anything, okay? You just have to be you. Truly, that's all you have to be, is you. And hopefully you can tap into the enthusiasm, fake it till you make it. That's the only, like, if you don't feel enthusiastic, maybe push yourself to be more enthusiastic, because I literally had a boss one time that would make us smile when we came to work. If we didn't have a smile on our face, he sent us home. And it's so true. Like, if you act happy, you're going to feel happier. I promise you. So if you don't feel enthusiastic about going live or doing something, fake it. I promise you, you'll start to feel it. You will. But just share your enthusiasm and your passion for, for all these amazing products and for what the opportunity is doing for you. Just keep that energy up, if you can get your hostesses involved, coach them, encourage them, that kind of thing. Even, when they have those awkward type pictures that they want to share, great, let them, encourage them. And then say, hey, I'll tell you what, I can send you, a post a day with, some great verbiage if you don't mind posting it, since your friends, really seem to like to hear from you more than me. And 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, sure, okay, yeah, send me a post. If you can get your hostess involved in those parties, everyone's going to be more responsive. But if not, keep it going anyways, okay? Like I said, it's a whole new network. You've got 10 days with a new audience. Capitalize on it. Obviously, if you have your own videos, that's great to share. If not, you can share somebody else's. Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if you feel like you don't have enough knowledge on some products?
Okay.
Does that make sense, Raina?
Yeah. Who is that asking? Is that Jennifer?
It's Jennifer. I don't know how to use this yet.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Your screen's just a little dark, so I'm like, I can't see. I can't see who's talking. It's
not.
We're all kind of still feeling it out a little bit. You can play with it and kind of test your lighting later. Yeah, I
think maybe some reason my video is saying it's not starting.
Okay.
I don't know.
Either way, I can hear you, so it's all good. And
that's all that matters.
Feel free to call into the Zooms as well and just listen when we do them. Keep that in mind, ladies, if you're not at a point where you can hop on. The FaceTime's cool, but if you can't, that's cool too. If you don't feel like you're knowledgeable on all the products, that's a great question. I know a lot of people love to feel super knowledgeable, and there's nothing wrong with that. We want to be credible, right? We want to understand, we want to know more about the products. If you have specific questions, I can help refer to your upline, but there are like product, content, if you like talking about ingredients. There's all of that in the files, in Whitney's files for sure. But the reality of it is, don't focus on what you don't know. Focus on what you do know, because nobody else knows that you don't know what what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I feel like I can always say, well, I love, like, I can tell people easily, like, what I love and what I love about it. Yeah. But when people say, they'll start asking me a little more questions, and I'm like, or how do you do this with this? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I just know what I do.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I think, honestly, people appreciate honesty because, that's, focus on what you know and be like, oh, hey, girl, this is what I do. This is, my favorite routine. And, people will appreciate that. They don't really expect you to be an expert. I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like that's the reason why a lot of makeup artists really don't succeed in this, because it's more intimidating for people because they think, oh, I have to be an expert to be good at this. When actually, no, you don't have to be an expert to be good at it. I still, honestly, my makeup skills are terrible, okay? I'm not going to lie. My makeup skills are terrible. But the people that know me know that, like, I'm not claiming to be good at it. Like, I'm just me. Like, this is my routine. Like, I have a skincare routine, and, I love the products. And that's really all that matters. And what you don't know, you can find out for them. Be like, hey, girl, I'm not 100% sure on that, but let me get back to you, you know, because with an amazing sisterhood like this, what you don't know, guaranteed one of us does know, and we got your back.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
focus on progress, not perfection. You know what I mean? I am like all about, like, I keep saying it, but this year I'm doing a makeup class. I might even become a makeup artist this year, y'all. I might even get certified, because I am so tired of feeling like, you know, like I just need to step it up. I need to like step up my eyeshadow game and all sorts of stuff. But don't worry.
So that's where I feel. Like, that's where I feel, because I'm like, man, I can't even do my eyebrows right. And I'm like, and then I'll see somebody else, and I'm like, see, they're doing amazing. And I'm like, I kind of feel silly when I go to do a video and I can't even do my eyebrows right.
I know. I feel silly too. But that does not measure your success with this at all. You know, we all have different strengths and weaknesses. For some people, that is their strength. You know, their makeup application skills is their strength. Whitney husband, you know, she struggles with her eyes, and, you know, she's never been really into like the eye tutorials. I mean, and as we know, she's had amazing success. She's never claimed to be, you know, grand in makeup skills. So, I mean, we all are just ladies, you know, learning and loving the products, and we learn a little bit more every day. I never would have thought I'd be 40 years old still learning like how to apply makeup, but I am. I'm still learning. And I'm okay to admit that. And I feel like my audience is okay with, you know, with me being honest. And, you know, so just be you. That's all you can be. Don't worry about, there's going to be people that have other, you know, that have more skills than you in the eyebrow department. You know, there's always going to be somebody that is more skilled in certain areas. But focus on your strength. Focus on what you're good at. I mean, I think your makeup is beautiful. So, just focus on what you feel most confident sharing, you know. Eyeshadow tutorials, you know, for somebody who's not real comfortable applying makeup is tough. You know, I struggle every time I do a get ready with me chit chat, because I'm like, I cannot use like my phone as a mirror. I'm like blind as a bat when it comes to, you know, so it just comes off way awkward, but you do what you can. You just.
Yeah, I just felt like when I was doing them, I was so repetitive, because I'm like, I'm pretty much like, I do the same routine.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the extra skills that I see some people are blessed with.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, that's going to happen. And you can find like other fun little things to share relative to makeup that, you know, it doesn't always have to be get ready with me. The 90-day run group that I'm going to add you to will be good. You know, you can clean your makeup brushes out online, and you can talk about, you know, weekly plans. I mean, you can go live with whatever enthusiastic topic you want to go live about. It can be, you know, maybe a cooking recipe that you're doing that's really fun. I mean, it does not always have to be makeup. Maybe you just want to really super fast do your 2-minute mom face, or just show a certain lippy, a splash lip product.
Yeah, I think that might be a better thing for me, because I take too long to do my makeup.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then I go live and chit chat, and it takes me like 3-4 times as long, because I'm talking and I can't talk and do makeup at the same time. Bev knows. Yes. I'm a hot mess on my videos, but I have fun.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, just be you. Always be you.
All right, I appreciate the advice.
Yeah, we don't have to be the expert on any subject. In fact, I think people love relatability. I think more people can relate when you're not the expert, to be honest. But that's my opinion.
Serena, I'm just going to just pop on and say that having a lot of fun when you do your lives is so awesome. And just shout out, I guess, to Sarah tonight. And if somebody's looking to follow somebody that does live, she's doing that 90-day run now. I think she's well into just about 30 days. And she's my daughter. And tonight she did squiggly eyebrows. So it really doesn't matter what it's about. It's just demonstrating some fun and some fun things you can do. And maybe the versatility of the products, using an eyeshadow on your lips or doing something, right? It's just really about engaging. And I think that's a big piece of it. So I just wanted to say that.
That is so true. Excellent feedback. I love those squiggly eyebrows too, by the way. I mean, I don't. It's not a trend that I would want to rock every day. But as far as, like you said, a way to engage and share, I think it's a fun thing to do. Sonia did one too that was really cool. Not a video, but she posted the picture. It looked awesome. I love following these makeup trends nowadays. Sarah Carson is amazing. You all should be following her. She shows up every day with enthusiasm, with a smile. And Bev, same goes to you. So consistency really is the key, guys. I can't say it enough. I understand life happens. It's all easier said than done to show up when you have life stuff going on. The flip side of, the 90-day, you got to post 6 times a day. 3 to 6 is a good range. Test it, try it, see what works for you, where you get the best engagement. But I don't want anyone to feel like they got to hurry up and crank 6 posts out within a 2-3 hour period, because that is doing nothing to engage your audience. Sometimes if you don't feel whatever it is that you're posting about, don't post. Feel a connection to whatever it is that you're sharing. Even if it means, you're going 3 or 4 hours longer than what you prefer without posting. Quality over quantity. Just make sure you're feeling it. And sometimes it's hard because we feel so repetitive, right? We feel like, we all have our niche. We all, for me, it's my kids, my dog, and I feel like, gosh, I'm so repetitive, I'm cooking in the crock pot again today because it's the only way I know how to cook. I throw everything in the crock pot. That gets old. But, the reality of it is, it doesn't have to be something you're doing. Maybe it's just an inspirational quote that really speaks to you. Feel free to use Google, whatever it is. But don't be so focused on the numbers, like how many times a day you post. Be true to you, that kind of thing. So, because if you're not feeling it and you're not in an enthusiastic mood, it's hard to go live. You really kind of have to pep yourself up and get in that zone and get in that right mindset before you do it. So, and when we talk about going live, we're always talking about our main public wall. But for those that are absolutely petrified, start in your VIP. I have no problems in my VIP, but, public, I still the sweaty palms. Yeah. It's real every single time. That countdown, you just okay, and then it never fails, a million distractions with the family or whatever. But, it gets better every single time. It does. It gets more fun. You see new people popping on that maybe have never popped on to your live. You'll start getting random questions and messages just because you're going live, because you get those notifications, right, when somebody goes live. I have literally been trying to not recruit, but this one girl keeps coming to mind as she would be amazing. And I've messaged her. She doesn't even pick up my messages. I've known her for a long time. But she's very busy, very rarely on Facebook. Right after going live the other day, she messages me, and she's like, I saw your video, pop up. And so it's just about showing up. It really is. It's just about showing up. So yeah, good insight, Bev. Sarah's amazing, and hence why you guys see she's always, you guys, very consistent with PRS. Sales come very natural when you're natural and when you show up. So it just is. It's a natural thing. You're not asking people to buy from you. You're just simply sharing what you love, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. So if you're catching the replay and you've not joined the 90-day run, it's just an extra place for people to share. It's a smaller group focus. To me, the whole point in any kind of extra group, aside from team upline group, the main point is the teamwork. It's the same kind of benefit that a group chat has. It's everybody kind of sharing their input. The mentorship program I'm doing right now, the top leader who's overseeing it, very little is she providing content. It's majority of us sharing content with each other through this chat. And it's really, 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 really helpful. So the more we show up, the more everybody else shows up. And then that's, the real beauty of duplication and, building. If your goal is to build big, or maybe your goal is not to build big, but the sisterhood is amazing either way. So I know Bev's having a blast with this, and she was planning to just be a kidnapper. So I started out as a kidnapper too, but I quickly dove in, and I'm an odd duck though, because the stuff that I enjoy, nobody else does. I love mapping. I can crunch numbers all day long. Let me just show you. Hold on. Stuff like this that would make most people nauseous, I love. So, but I do. I know I have a really good visibility for a 1,600 team company. I know what everybody's doing because I'm really in tune with the numbers, and I genuinely love seeing everybody hit a goal that it is they're pushing for. It brings me more satisfaction than anything. Like, I just love it. I love seeing people conquering goals and seeing people, stepping out of their comfort zone, facing their fears, because I felt all those fears. I was scared to take a selfie. I spent 4 months scared to post a selfie because I was worried that would look vain, or, my husband, his career is very conservative, and he doesn't like Facebook, wasn't on Facebook. So this has all been baby steps for me. You find your niche, you find what works for you, you keep doing the consistent things, and you just find your groove. Use a task list to stay on task, to stay on focus, because 9 times out of 10, something is amiss. You could be amazing at doing videos, amazing at posting selfies, but you will not send personal messages. You will, and it's the will nots. If you're unwilling to do something out of your comfort zone, then it's a longer process if you're wanting to build relationships. Building relationships is much easier when we are the ones reaching out. It's nice to have the attraction marketing and have people reaching out to us. And that comes more with time. You know, you will have more people reaching out to you, asking questions, but we have to be reaching out too. So, in generating that conversation. My style is a little bit different than most because I do make myself, our company size is intimate enough that I can reach down and help and work with everybody who needs the help. I'll be sad when there's a day that I won't be able to do that. I mean, a lot of leaders will not coach below their third gen. They just won't because they can't. They would lose all sense of sanity because there's no time. But I've really prided myself in that. This opportunity is not about money for me. It's not, yes, the financial freedom is nice, but it's the camaraderie. It's a sisterhood. It's amazing. So yeah, keep pushing yourself, ladies. You'll find things out about yourself that you never realize. I didn't think I lacked confidence, but apparently I did because I'm gaining a lot more confidence as this goes along. The little things that, I used to worry about or stress about, they just roll right off of me. Like I don't entertain worries like I used to. Let's put it that way. Back to parties. I mean, this is all about partying like a rock star. Just make sure when you're starting out that you introduce yourself. If you do no other lives in the party, maybe again your fear is to going live. Just go live really quick to introduce yourself. The introduction is powerful, and then hopefully by you introducing yourself, maybe your hostess will be more inclined to kind of do the same. If you can get a hostess that's really on board, then that's awesome. And a lot of times they're inspired, by whatever it is you're doing. And a lot of hostesses in turn become presenters, even if it's a gradual thing. So let's keep booking parties, get those parties on the books. I have a lot more to get on the books. Myself, I only have 5 booked for the month, and I know I can do better. So I'm really pushing myself. We talk about 5-3 formula a lot when it comes to duplication. That was Bree Richardson's 5-3 formula. You do 500 a month and you sponsor 3 people and you teach them to do the same. And you teach them to do the same. They teach that person to do the same. If everyone is doing that, you're building, building, building. You're growing, growing, growing. You've got amazing momentum. But, the more personal development I do and the more I'm really honest with myself, I feel like I'm playing small. Does anybody ever feel like they're playing small? Like they're not, I know what I'm capable of, and I know how hard I worked at one point in my business. And then sometimes you kind of get like that. You get a little bit comfortable, and maybe life gets a little crazy. But I'm switching that. No more 5-3, or no more 5-3. It's going to be 3-5. It's going to be 3,000 a month, 5 people a month, because for me, I feel like, well, I've always done more than 500 PRS, but I think 5-3 is a good model for new presenters, and it's very duplicatable. You don't want something that's so hard that's not duplicatable. But if you're in a leadership role and aim for 5, sponsoring 5 people a month, boost that up. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself, ladies. Sometimes I'm guilty of just like, oh, okay, well, they say if you sponsor 3 a month, that's good. And so I'm just like, accept that, you know, and I aim for that because that's how I was coached, that you will build an amazing team if you're always sponsoring 3 people. But I know I can do better. So why am I settling for, you know what I mean? We all know what we're capable of. And I think, you know, there's a lot of satisfaction to come by challenging ourselves. Like what, you know, all of our challenges are going to be different. You know, don't compare your journey to anyone else's, but really, really tap into whatever your fears are, and then just try stepping out every single day into a new unknown territory or new. Natalie, you're doing amazing, by the way. I love seeing your pictures, both in your VIP and your main wall. Gorgeous. So, yeah, I love seeing, like,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, you ladies are all beautiful inside and out, and just keep being you and everything else will come. Okay, keep being you, share your enthusiasm. Don't be sad when your parties are 0 parties. Don't think that I'm going to get mad at you when you don't do something in the 90-day run group just because I did a tough love post. I'm not here to get mad at anybody. I'm here to support y'all, whatever kind of support you need. It doesn't even have to be professional. It can be personal too. So we're all in this together. There's not much difference between a white status and a black status presenter, in my opinion. I mean, you know, it's just another color. I've been doing this a little bit longer, but let's see.
Oh, Brayna.
Yeah.
So I ordered the GoPro book and I got it in today. I'm already like halfway done. It's really good.
Good. Yeah,
Yes.
It's got a really, really easy flow. It's the perfect place to start. It really is. Yeah. I might
love
have to recruit you to come to Vegas. I might have to ask Fred if I can take you.
Oh, okay. When is that?
Well, there's GoPro Mastery in November, but then there's the Most Powerful Women in March. So either or. Is it March or April this year? I have to look.
Okay.
But either way.
Oh, if it's April, then that's my birthday trip.
Okay. So I've never done GoPro Mastery. I've only done the women's event. The women's event is my favorite. So I'm curious to kind of get that comparison. I know the main GoPro, it's larger. They talk a lot more about like recruiting. But so yeah, I want to be able to honestly tell you all like what I think the differences are between the two. And last year I couldn't make it. I had got a ticket and couldn't go. So I'm hoping, I'm actually hoping I get my husband to go with me. He's never been to Vegas. So anyway.
Oh, Fred's never been either. We've been talking about him going too. So
Okay, we might have to talk about that then. So yeah, if anybody ever wants to do an industry event, like really, I know it's tough for our girls in Canada because it's got to factor in flights and it gets crazy, and I totally get it. But if you are going to be in the States maybe anyways, and you're looking for a good event, Tony Robbins, GoPro, aside from like corporate, the Unique, Empower Use, those are 2 very good industry related events. The Women's Most Powerful Women was the one that I've done 3 or 4 times now. I love it. It's just the fact that it's all women. I feel like you're more, and I don't know because I haven't done the other one, but I feel like you're more apt to just be in the moment. And like, I mean, you will literally be sitting there and everybody, all the women might be just bawling, like literally bawling. Like you're going through all the emotions, like happy tears and then like sad, but it's like, it really is powerful. Like I can't even explain like how deep it goes. And Sarah knows, she was there, but it's amazing. So hopefully a bunch of you gals will want to go to that this year. That I can tell you firsthand is amazing. I'll be able to tell you more about the other one after November. Fingers crossed I get there. But yes, so if anyone has any questions on events in their areas, let me know. If you have any questions on anything at all, let me know. If you need added to a mock party group, please let me know. I'm happy to add you. If you're not in the Kudos mock party, it's a good mock party. It's a great flow. We got to focus on that Kudos, ladies. Move those Kudos. I mean, it's very, very rare that our Kudos literally have all our brand new products. Okay, in some ways, it's kind of like this catch-22 this month, because it's nice to have a Kudos with all that stuff, but then it's like we don't have the singles available. So there was a little bit of regret, I can tell you, from the top down. They felt bad for unveiling it like that. It was a lot of buildup, and then to not be able to get it individually was hard. So yeah, they acknowledged that might not have been the best move. But the good news is October 1, we can get all those things individually. So the more you can bundle your customer kind of wish list items, those people who want their dip and draw liners and these new metallic splashes. Oh my gosh, mine should be here tomorrow, I'm hoping. Super excited. I mean, so the more you can bundle like all your customers and just get those Kudos yourself and distribute, the better. Because, oh, and let's not forget the Uplift and Empower necklace. They're being really generous with that now, because I know last month it was kind of strict, right, with the Uplift. It had to be a customer order versus your own. And now it's like they're counting any of the orders, whether it's duos or trios, and whether you put it in or whoever puts it in, they're counting it, okay? But to get the Empower, the silver one, you have to first earn the Uplift. So the Uplift one is a little bit more challenging, because you have to sponsor 3 people in conjunction with the 7 duos and or trios, okay? So whatever you've done this month adds on to whatever you had last month. So it's kind of backdated. And then for the Empower, am I saying that right? Yeah, the silver. It's just 7. You don't have to sponsor anyone. You just have to first earn the Uplift, and then 7 more. Any combination of duos, trios. I think the starter kit, if you register someone, sponsor someone, I think that is counting as a duo and a trio. I think the Fire collection is counting. So with all these new collections too. So last night I got distracted, and I ended up selling 3 collections to a very loyal local customer. Actually let her use a little bit of YCash to bring her costs down a little bit, because she couldn't decide between all 3. And but she always does. I mean, she goes above and beyond. She's hosted parties, you know. So it's okay to, like, your VIP people, you know, make them feel special. If you want to if somebody's buying 3 collections from you and you want to use $100 YCash or $75 YCash towards them, just to say, you know what, I love you, like, you want these collections, here's a little gift from me. Like, use your YCash that way, to spoil people who you know, who want to shop with you. But yeah, so I mean, I love these new collections. I think they're awesome. The names are really kind of fun too. So check out the new collections if you haven't, because the great thing about all of the collections is they give you a taste of the new products too. So that's another way to like try the new shadows and that kind of thing. corporate was getting like 100,000 more units of shadows today. I was like, that's a lot of shadows. Like that's how like many, I mean, it's just, they're flying off the shelf. Like I love the fact that we've got the customizable palettes, the quads. That just makes it super fun, right? Because we can be creative with our own looks. So just keep up the creativity, ladies. I love seeing all the lives. I don't have time to be in my feed like I'd like and supporting y'all in that way to see what you're posting. Occasionally, like if you're in the 90-day run group, occasionally I will go to your wall just like out of curiosity, like what you're doing, that kind of thing, but not to creep, but just to know, like, you know, because a lot of you are like asking me for feedback too. Like maybe, you know, things aren't happening, your algorithms don't seem to be going up. Like I said, I notice a lot of people are posting a lot of posts in a short amount of time. And I know why that is. It's because we only have so many hours in the day. We're limited. We think, oh, we've got to get 6 posts done. But that's why I really just want to encourage you guys to not be so focused on the number of posts, but just the quality of the posts, okay? Make sure you're showing up on your public wall every day. Always positive, always enthusiastic. And the more you show up, the quicker we go up, right? If we want to go up, we got to show up. So, yeah. The main point in parties is relationship building, networking, okay? So just like we celebrate all those no's when people ignore us, when we message about the opportunity, celebrate the no's, the 0 parties. Celebrate those too, because you're planting seeds and hopefully you're connecting with the people in those parties. So aim for 5 people a day. That's a challenge because sometimes I'm lucky if I add 5 people throughout an entire party. Not gonna lie, because I kind of forget sometimes. So let's all challenge ourselves, right? When we get those parties, let's try to add 5 people a day, okay? Keep your group size under 250 so you and your hostess know who's seeing the posts, who's actually clicking in those posts. That's just kind of good FYI info. So your hostess, you can, you know, maybe brainstorm with your hostess on who they can follow up with. Yeah, any questions, ladies? Never hesitate to ask me. I'm here for y'all. Have a great night. Keep partying. Keep rocking it out. Bye, Lindo. Lindo, I feel like I didn't get to chit chat with you much.
No worries. I'm taking notes. Thanks, Trina.
Thank you for joining. Did you have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Or any input?
Working through those daily tasks. Those days fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. It's challenging, but isn't it kind of rewarding? Don't you just kind of get that little bit of a satisfaction to know, like, I'm doing it?
Yeah. Keep becoming more of a habit as I go too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for you. Proud of you.
Thanks, Rita.
Proud of y'all. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye.